Hi everyone, Madalena here. Today we're going to continue with the educational videos about how to cut a fringe. We're going to do two additional fringes. One is going to be a fringe with a face frame, and by the way, this is something that you asked for. And the second fringe is going to be a choppy short fringe. So let's hope that's going to work on the forehead, because obviously on the forehead is a little bit more trickier. But yeah, stay tuned. And just to tell you a little bit more about my background, I've been a professional hairstylist for 15 years. I have a salon, I'm an educator, and I like to create content for YouTube. So I'm going to start doing the fringe with a face frame. The way I normally do it, I look at the client's hair, how the hair falls. So obviously what we have here, we're continuing with the blunt fringe that we did previously. But when it comes to a fringe and a face frame, this is going to be very soft. There's no blunt edges, no sharpness at all. So I'm going to have to soften the ends and to create that face framing as well. So what we've discussed previously, we talked about taking a triangle from the top of the head, and we have the base of the triangle where the eyebrows do arch. In this case, what we're going to do, we're going to take a little bit of more hair. So I'm going to show you once it's all wet, but I'm just going to try and see where the hair kind of sits at the moment. So I'm going to go on the top of the head, just take the hair that's at the front. That's where the hair wants to sit. That's falling around her face. So I'm just taking that away. It's more of a diagonal section really. So I'm going to show you once it's wet as well. So you want to include that hair that's sitting on the sides as well. So sometimes that is fine hair, but you can take more. So you want to create a face framing there as well. Right, so I'm just going to spray it down and I'll show you exactly the base of the triangle and the new additional hair that's going into the face frame. So this is my sectioning pattern. So we've got the initial fringe with the base and the top of the fringe. And then we've got a very small, shall I say, triangles, quite elongated ones that come from the top of the head all the way down, all the way down to where the ear is. Yeah, so that's more of a diagonal forward section. Now, obviously you're going to have to judge how much hair you put into the face frame. So you don't want to put too much. Because the idea is to create a more of a softer look, and this works really well for hair that has a lot of layers, really long hair, shags as well. So yeah, just so I show you on this side, it goes all the way down, so diagonal forward. I'm just gonna point it forward so you can see. So there we've got the two sections coming down. And yeah, so the fringe is going to be a lot further back instead of here, and is going down into the face frame, so around the hairline all the way here. Right, so let me show you how I would create this kind of look now. So ideally would be to not have any fringe cut, but we already have this fringe, so we're just going to continue from there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to layer it, because I want to get rid of the bluntness. I want to create softness and movement. So this is going to go, I'm just going to start layering it. So I'm going to remove that hair over there. So it's just going to be a lot softer. Now where I'm elevating the hair, it can be higher if I want it with a little bit more softness, or it can be lower. So this time I've just lifted, the elevation is quite high. And when I drop it, you'll see it's very layered. I'm going to do the same with my next section. I'm going to over direct to my first section actually. And I'm going to remove that corner there. I'll do the same with this side, and again on that side as well. So I'm just trying to create softness now. So I'm removing that corner there. As you can see, their hair is quite elevated, and that as well. I'm just going to check a little bit to see. So I'm cross-checking, making sure that that's all the same. cross-check my next one as well. Right, I'm going to deep point cut into it once it's dry as well. So what I'm going to do with the sides now, so just pay attention now. So first of all, I want to see where is the face framing going to sit. And we're going to do the face framing where maybe a little bit over the jawline. I'm going to cut a blunt cut. That's it. Just a blunt cut. That's where we are. That's it. And I'm going to do the same with the other side because I want to have a really good balance. So I want to make sure that both sides are exactly the same. A little bit shorter. Alright, and from here I'm going to have to layer this. So I'm going to elevate and layer it forward. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to elevate it. So I want to keep this length here. I'm probably going to do it in 2 sections actually. So this is my first section. I'm going to bring the hair forward and that's going to be that's dropping there, which is perfect. And then I'm removing in a straight line just to create that kind of layer there. So you already, as you can see, it's coming down, which is perfect. I'm going to do the same with the rest of the hair. I'm going to cut that as well. Bringing it forward, and ideally would be to actually connect these 2 lengths. What I've got here with that there as well. So I'm just going to softly cut into it. There's no harsh edges or anything with this haircut, so with this fringe, so it has to be very layered and soft, sort of face framing. I can also refine it once it's wet, but that's the idea. So the idea is to get a really nice roundness here, like that. So you can already see that's kind of forming there, all that roundness from there into the length. I'm going to have to deep point cut into it as well, just to create that softness. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So section that away. I'm going to lift this up, forward. That's where it's the hair is dropping. That's perfect. Removing all this length here, because I want to create that layering there. You can already see the layers sitting really well. I'll do the same with this as well, bringing it forward, removing that there. And then what I want to do is I want to connect the fringe with the face framing. So the idea, we have a really nice rounded feeling there. So just going to move it, brush it forward, and I'm just going to try and connect that fringe there with the face framing. So if you're actually looking now, you can see it's coming around her face, quite rounded. Yeah, so it's going from there into the face frame. This should flow, like it should flow from the fringe into the face frame. Should be really nice and soft. As I said, no bluntness, just softness. I'm going to start blow drying it and see what the end result. So you can see the softness around the face. The shape is a lot more rounder. I had to obviously cut into the hair and deep point cut the fringe as well. So we got rid of all that fullness there, the bluntness that we had there. So it's a lot softer. You can see her eyebrows. It's so much softer that you can see her eyebrows. Where it's been layered, so lifted up and layered, I'm just going to thin it out a little bit, and you can see it's all connected from the fringe into the length. You can see all those layers there. If you want to soften that, you can as well. So bring this forward and just deep point cut into it. Nothing blunt, very natural. We're going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to bring it forward, cut into it so it's nice and soft. Connect that length there. You remember we had a full fringe. Connect that length so this is all kind of connected. So from there round into the hair. And that can, obviously, hair is not sitting like that always in this position. This is just for me so I know that it's cut correctly, so like that. But when obviously you mess it up, it's just going to sit like that. So it's going to give you that beautiful kind of movement there around the face, and you can see all those layers coming down into the length. So that's how it's looking, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to bring it forward. I want to make sure it's all pretty much connected there, and I'm just going to move it around a little bit. So that's going to go into the face frame. Very natural, very soft. Hair moves, so it's creating all these beautiful lengths there. As I said, this works well for longer hair. If you want to put your hair up, you can. I'm going to turn it on the side so you can see. So we went all the way in front of the ear. The triangle comes a little bit more backwards. So the top of the triangle. This is again very layered. You've got the top of the triangle there, and then you've got the sides. Anything that's too blunt, you can lift it up and just like make it softer. Just going to slide my scissors so it's nice and soft. I'm making sure it's got the same length. Yeah. So this is the fringe with the face framing. As you can see, the length goes all the way down into the face frame. It's very soft, very layered. It looks really good when the hair is up as well. It works on someone that has long hair, a shag, a lot of layers in the hair. As you can see, the triangle goes a little bit further to the back, and then it comes all the way down where the ears are. So more of a diagonal forward section. The idea with this fringe is that it's got to be really soft. So anything that feels too blunt, too, like you can see corners or anything like that, that has to be broken down. So you need to cut into it so it feels soft and just very natural and feminine. We're going to try and create a different fringe now, more of a choppy fringe, shorter. So let's hope that's going to be possible. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more tips and follow me on Instagram. Like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.